Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to 2020. This is my first video of 2020 and the new decade and the new year. And I'm also very jet lagged because I've just been on a trip, which is what I'm going to tell you all about. So if you want to hear how we survived 16 hours non-stop travel with two little kids, 4 and 2, all the way from New York to South Africa, then keep watching. I'm Julie, I'm an occupational therapist, a life coach, and a mom to 2 little ones. If you would like to see more videos like this one and other things that I post about motherhood and some of the challenges and things that people don't really talk about, then make sure to subscribe and click the notification bell, like this video, and let me know what things you'd like to see from me in 2020. I love doing packing videos and travel related stuff, but I don't always travel, so this is kind of an unusual video for me. But if there's something specific that you would like to learn more about with relation to traveling internationally or long distance with kids, then please let me know in the comments below. So when I talk about preparing for the flight, we've done various ways to get to destination, which usually requires taking 2 or 3 flights of say 8 hours for the first one and then 12 hours for the next one, with a 3 or 4 hour layover somewhere. Now that I've done one of those long haul flights versus the 2 that we usually do, even though those 2 are a little bit shorter, I would highly recommend doing a direct flight if you can. That's always my philosophy, especially with children. I could fly 12 hours somewhere, or I could fly 16, at least to get off the plane. Nah, just do the 16, because the amount of time that it takes to land the plane, deplane everybody, then you could miss your flight, your bags can get lost. There's like so much more opportunity for things to go wrong. I would 100% book a direct flight if you can. So that is tip number 1, direct flights when traveling with kids. If you can, look at the timing of the flights, and if it's a very long flight, like if it flies overnight and your kids, as wired up as they are, they will sleep better than you on the airplane. So they will sleep at some point, and at least they'll cut back some of those hours. Try and get a seat for your child that's younger than 2 years old, because even if they're 18 months old, they're still taking up a lot of space, and it's really nice to have a bit more space as a family, smaller than the required 2 years old. We, in this instance, our youngest one had just turned 2, so we had to get her a seat, which was fine, because then she has her own little space. But I would recommend, if you can afford it and you choose to get, if it's a long haul flight, to get your kid younger than 2 a seat. Okay, so then the hugest game changer, I think, for long haul flights is what I'm about to show you right now, and that is to take a car seat on the airplane. Now, I know this is kind of crazy, because when I show you this car seat, you're gonna be like, whoa, you're nuts. Like, that thing is huge, and it does look huge when you're carrying it, but it's very lightweight. So it is a game changer. Honestly, if you can have a space for your kids to sit and be contained, it depends on the kid, but especially the little ones. We took car seats for both the 4-year-old and the 2-year-old, which meant we had car seats going to the airport in the Uber, and we had car seats for while we were in South Africa where you drive everywhere. I recommend that. It makes it easier for the child to sleep, because they're not like kind of like falling all over the seat. They're also, from a safety perspective, you're able to strap them in, and you don't have to worry, even if they're having a meltdown, you don't have to worry that they're gonna escape. And it just makes everything more comfortable. So here's the car seat that we used. It only weighs 11 pounds or so. So it's very light, versus a traditional car seat. If you've ever picked one of those up, I'm just gonna put this. No. So where was I after I just spilled water all over the floor? Basically, this car seat is very lightweight, and so you can carry it. We had one in a bag because we have a car seat bag, and we carried the other one. And you put it in the car, you put it on the seat of the plane, and you think it's not going to fit, but it does. You just put up one of the armrests in between the 2 seats, because we had 2 of them, and you can strap the car seat with the airplane seat buckles. You strap it around the back. Here, there's like a spot here, right? So there's the front of the car seat, and then you put the airplane seat belt through the back there, and then your kid can sit comfortably and sleep, because they're not like lying everywhere, because they kind of just sleep on the side. And both my kids slept, I guess, like 7, 8, 9 hours, something like that. in these seats, and they were really happy about it. I thought maybe they'd be resistant to actually getting in the car seat, but that's just the way it is. And there was someone behind us. I was like, oh, that's so nice. They're sitting in like special airplane seats. And I think implying that the airline gave us these car seats, just like how you could rent a car seat from a rental car. With a rental car, and I was like, no, we've tricked these things. They have to go through the scanners. Everybody wants to tag them for us because they think that we're just checking them into the bottom of the plane. You know, as you get on the plane, you can leave luggage right at the steps or whatever. No. I highly recommend these car seats. They are Costco brand. I will link it down below if you want to check them out. Another piece of gear that we take with us now, I guess, are children's headphones. So if you know anything about me, which you might not, but if you do, I have some videos on my channel about being a little anti-screen time. And what I mean by that is I don't love the idea of children watching lots of TV, but I totally understand why you sometimes have to do it. And on an airplane is one of those times that I kind of let the rules go out the window with regards to TV. So for a long time with Theo, he didn't watch any TV at home or on a plane. And when you have one kid, and if you're flying short distances, it's manageable. When you have more than one kid and you're flying 16 hours, it's insane to not make use of the screen or whatever. So we got Theo these headphones. These are from Puro. And what I like about these, so these are specifically kid headphones. I think they're limited to how loud they can be, because that's obviously an issue, you know, with kids watching a lot of screens with headphones. You can really damage their hearing, which is very vulnerable at this age. So these are kids headphones. You need kids headphones versus adult ones, because otherwise these won't fit on their heads and the ear things will all be wrong. But what's really unique about these ones, besides the sort of sound control quality, is that they are Bluetooth and wired. So, which is kind of unusual with headphones. Usually they're one or the other. They have volume control, they're Bluetooth. You need to just charge them before you leave so that the Bluetooth will work, or the wireless will work, and then you can use them on an iPad and TV screen on the airplane. So if you wanted to use them, say you were waiting in the airport and you wanted to use an iPad for a child, or if sometimes the airplane screen system doesn't work, or they want to watch something else that's not on there, then you know, you can use the wireless version of these, which is awesome. So these got a lot of love and attention with Peppa Pig this this trip. Then the other thing is, which might sound kind of contradictory, I don't tend to bring a lot of activities and games for my kids on long haul flights. Maybe as they get older and they become more independent, and that'll definitely lessen the screen use, which would be nice. But with these long flights with like huge time differences and so much flying time, it's survival. So I really focus on snacks and screen time as being the entertainment for them. You just take really essentials, which is like a change of clothes for the kids. It's worse if you're stopping somewhere, because then I feel like I have to change them and all this extra stuff. I tend to bring snacks, pouches which don't mess, nuts like cashew nuts and things that they can eat, pretzels, like stuff that they wouldn't, like maybe some lollipops or some kind of like gummy sweets or something, things that they don't always get, that are a little bit more exciting, that are special for the plane. I would also recommend that you bring food for yourself as the adult, because no one wants to be super hungry on a flight with like screaming children. And then something else I would say is, if you've never flown long haul with your kids across multiple time zones, just know that the flight is really, I mean, it's phase one. I can do a whole video if you'd like me to about packing and kind of the phases that occur with international travel. But what I always think about with the airplane is that the flight will end. You know, you know that it's going to take off at A and land at B and eventually will end. What I find really challenging after that is the jet lag and adjusting to the time change and this lack of sleep. But I think if you go into it knowing that this is going to happen, it makes life a little bit easier, because you're not so shocked that your kid is not sleeping well because now they're in a strange environment. So the thing about jet lag is not only that your body clock is messed up where you think it's night and day and all this kind of thing, you also feel strange. You know, I've read articles on jet lag that it is a sleep condition, it's a sleep disturbance, it's not just a minor inconvenience, and it can take many days to adjust. And I think typically your body adjusts at 1 hour per day. So if you are 7 hours off the clock, the time that you were, it's going to take you approximately a week to adjust to that time change. I think kids can be very sensitive. I've noticed with my kids this time around, my 4.5-year-old has been pretty good, but he was up the whole day and then he went to sleep at 6 and he passed out while he was talking. But he slept till 4:30 in the morning, which if you work that out, that's like 10.5 hours of sleep. That's amazing. The younger one, on the other hand, he had a nap from about 12 to 3, which would be kind of normal napping time, but she would never sleep that long typically. Then she went to bed at 6 with the big one, which I was very happy about. But then she woke up at 11, and then she woke up at 2 a.m. And basically from about 2:30, she was up for the day. So it really affects kids differently, and I think having an appreciation that you really don't know how it's going to be, and as they age, things will change. You know, little babies flying can be a lot more challenging adjusting to time changes than older children. So just keep that in mind. If you want me to talk more about travel and packing and things, I would love to know in the comments. Please let me know. And if there's anything specific that you are have questions about with regards to travel. I know a lot of people are very afraid of traveling with their kids, even short distances, because you mess up the routine and the bed and all that kind of stuff. It's not the same. I think that travel is so enriching and so beneficial for children, and really just helps them grow. Also for us, sometimes we travel because we don't really have a choice. You know, if we want to see family, this is what we have to do. We've chosen to live very far away from them, so this is unfortunately what has to happen. Do I wish they were like 2 hours away by airplane? Yes, every day. Or down the street? Yes, every day. But this is what it looks like for us right now. So we are forced to travel with our kids, and I just kind of keep an open mind. I do think certain ages are harder to travel with than others. So if you want me to do a video about that, please let me know. And with that all said, I think these tips should be helpful if you are going to travel. Let me know where you plan to travel with your kids, and I can offer up some advice. I'll link all the things that we used on this trip down below in the description, so make sure to check that out. And yeah, without further ado, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!